So in the past hour, I just sold the Luna that was given to me with the launch of Terra 2.0. If you head over to your Terra station right now, you're going to see some Luna that is currently given to you. It's unvested, it's available to you. And then you will also see a vesting schedule. I'm just going to bring it up on my end as I talk to you guys. And I'm just doing this off my iPhone because everything else, just getting a camera set up takes me way too long here. But so on my end, when I woke up, I noticed that I had about 85.56 Luna. That was unvested, that was available, it was liquid for me right this moment. On top of that, I had just about 200 Luna that was vested. And again, on your Terra Station Money page, you basically see the vesting schedule. For me, it's over the course of 2 years, I would receive all the Luna that is being given to me. I think overall, if we look at the math here, for me, I'm getting about 285 Luna. That's with the vested and unvested Luna. I had about 650 Luna going into this event. The event being the attack, right? As people like to say. Yeah, so 650 versus 285, obviously a big difference. For me personally, the reason why there's such a big difference, because there are people in my Discord that actually received just as much Luna as they had, or even more. For me, during those days when this attack went through, I actually was holding a lot of Y Luna on Prism. The week prior to that, I had equal amounts of P Luna and Y Luna, but then literally the last 72 hours right before the attack, which is when the snapshot was also taken, I had all of it in Y Luna. I didn't have any P Luna, and Y Luna wasn't given any credit whatsoever. So like the 400 Y Luna that I had, I didn't get a single ounce of credit for that. But either way, once I saw that 85 Luna, within my Discord, someone mentioned that on BitTrue, Luna was already trading. Luna was already trading, and the price was fluctuating between like $6 to $8, $6 to $9. I sold my Luna for an average price of $7.22. As far as I can tell, BitTrue is one of the few places right now where you can actually sell your Luna. They already have the order book made for it. They've opened up sales for it. The price is volatile. It's moving up and down because the order book is thin. KuCoin, I think by the time this video goes up and you're watching this, I think KuCoin is going to be opening things up. Now, there's major centralized exchanges. They haven't opened things up yet because they're waiting for more Luna to be deposited onto their platform. They don't want to go way too early, because if they open up the books too early and there's not enough Luna, because they're likely going to handle the other side. Usually these centralized exchanges, they go out there and they do buy these stable coins up. They do buy USDT, USDC, those are theirs. And they just pair it up against the deposits typically. Sometimes, the tokens usually sometimes given by the actual creators of a project and so forth. Like, just as a quick example, when White Whale thought they were talking to KuCoin to get their token listed on KuCoin, White Whale sent like $500,000 worth of whale tokens over to KuCoin to help them make the books. So if people wanted to trade whale tokens there, they could have. Granted, they were scammed in that example there. But KuCoin is going to be opening things up. Now, some people might say, well, maybe I sold too early, right? Maybe the price is $7.22, it's too low. Maybe not. The way I look at it right now, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. There's going to be a max supply, as far as we know right now, of 1 billion Luna. So at a price, if we take the price from BitTrue, that would come out to, it's $7 billion market valuation. You might look at that and say that's perfectly fine. Things are going to work the way they did. Things are going to work the way they did before. Maybe not. Personally, there's a lot of risks still, and I think a lot of people are still trying to salvage whatever losses they had right from the crash of Terra, including myself, right? So even though I didn't receive much Luna for what my stash was, I still sold it. And I got 617 USDT out of it. Again, it pales in comparison to how much I lost, because I actually spent the weekend to look at exactly how much I put into Terra, and I believe it was like 24,000. I've gotten some back. I think at this point, maybe I've recovered somewhere between like 12 to 1400 of what I had, because I had some NFTs that I sold that I made a video about. And then I did sell Luna at one point. Granted, then the UST went down in value. This was like during the crash and so forth. And in this case, I'm getting an additional $617 back. It's not too much. It's obviously not too much. For those asking, am I still going to be involved in Terra in some form or another? Well, kind of forced, I guess, to a point, right? Because I still have all that vested. Luna that I can't touch. I gotta look at exactly what the schedule is for that, but I would imagine that it does unvest in a linear way. I'm just bringing it up on my end here as I talk to you guys here. Actually, they don't start to vest until November 24. Until November 24, that is when they begin to vest. So anyhow, yes, I do expect that once they do have Luna on these major exchanges, I do expect people to be dumping down. I think selling at $7 is a good price to be selling. Now we're gonna see a lot of volatility today, okay? Because I also believe there's a lot of buying pressure coming from people. You know, there's also like bots and stuff like that, that when they see a new coin being listed on the exchange, they think they're getting it early on because they're like, oh, like everyone's gonna like be looking at this new coin as joining the exchange, and they're buying it up, and that's creating that buying pressure. I think once we have this flood of selling pressure coming in, I'm gonna have to switch hands here actually because my getting a little tired there. Yeah, once that selling pressure starts coming in and kicking in, it's going to be a little tough for the order book to handle that, in my opinion. And even if you're bullish on Terra 2.0, understand the fact that there is a big argument to be made. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure coming in. Sell what you can right now. Get that USDT in your account, and maybe a couple days from now, buy the dip on Luna if you want to own more of it. That's a strategy you can take without feeling that you're betraying the project. Without feeling like you're betraying the project. I mean, that's what I would personally reconsider. Maybe I'll even do that. Maybe. I mean, I'll let you guys know if I do end up doing that. But there's no harm in selling now. If you look at this and say, you know what? Yeah, I do think people are going to be coming in and they're going to start dumping. I also expect there's money to be made, by the way, because there's going to be a lot of volatility today across all these different centralized exchanges. So I'm sure that the price across all of them is going to be all over the place, right? So you might see, let's say at some points $5 on BitTrue, but $6.50 on KuCoin, or vice versa, whatever it might be. So if you can be quick on the dial and get it transferred here to there is money to be made of these arbitrage opportunities, and I expect there to be a lot of that. So keep an eye out for that. But that's my quick update for you guys. Again, there'll be a link to BitTrue in the comments if the other centralized exchanges don't open up their books quickly enough before this video is up. But thank you for watching, and till next time.